So now that we've mentioned the process of synaptic transition, there are actually dozens of different neurotransmitters that can be used to pass messages along. Some neurotransmitters produce different effects on different types of cells depending on their purpose. So just for example, acetylcholine triggers skeletal muscle contractions in both the peripheral nervous system and the central nervous system. If we were to lose receptors responsible for receiving the acetylcholine receptors, what would happen? Homeostatic imbalance involving this would be myasthenia gravis. It's an autoimmune disease that attacks acetylcholine receptors at the neuromuscular junctions. It results in very little muscular strength and loss of control over voluntary muscle movement. In this case, we are not losing the neurons themselves are not affected, the muscle cells themselves are not affected. But what is affected is the receptors of the acetylcholine. And so no matter how much your body produces, no matter how much of this neurotransmitter you have, your body doesn't have the ability to actually receive or recognize that neurotransmitter. Norepinephrine helps regulate mood, hunger, thirst, and sex drive. Serotonin promotes a feeling of well-being. Dopamine regulates emotions and complex movements. So depression can be caused by a decrease in serotonin. It can also be caused by an increase of norepinephrine. Parkinson's disease is caused by a decrease in dopamine, and ADHD is caused by decreased levels of norepinephrine, and dopamine can also contribute to ADHD. And that's it for this chapter. You should be able to differentiate between neuron and neuroglial cells. You should also be able to explain the role of the following, or explain the role each of the following play in the conduction of nerve impulses: the cell body, dendrite, axon, and myelin sheath. And then finally, list 3 different diseases that are caused by neurotransmitter imbalances, and also indicate the neurotransmitters that are out of balance for each. So this is a great place for you to pick up some homeostatic imbalances, figure out which ones interest you most, and then see which neurotransmitters are responsible for that particular imbalance.